Okay, today I am starting the third unit, consignment accounts, and attendance is day by day reducing, and from next week onwards, Monday onwards, I will engage your class on Teachment app. From Monday onwards, I will engage your class on Teachment app, and in the Teachment, your attendance will be recorded online. And you inform your friends to attend the class. Otherwise, you will face problems in future regarding your attendance. Okay. I already completed 2 units and now I am starting the third unit. And those who have not attended the class, please go through the YouTube video. You go through the YouTube video and study the topic. Okay. So the third unit is consignment accounts. Okay. So what is consignment? Consignment means sending goods to one person, sending goods from one person to another person. One person send the goods to another person, and another person sell those goods on behalf of the sender and at the risk of the sender. That is called as consignment. Consignment means one person send the goods. One person send the goods to another person. Another person sell those goods on behalf of the sender and at the risk of the sender. Okay, so here there are two persons. In the consignment, there are two persons. One is the sender of the goods, another is receiver of the goods. Sender is the owner of the goods, receiver is the seller of the goods. Receiver is the seller of the goods, sender is the owner of the goods. And seller sell the goods on behalf of the sender and at the risk of the sender of the goods. Okay, so consignment. Consignment means one person send the goods to another person. One person send the goods to another person and another person sell those goods to the customer at the risk of the sender of the goods and at the in the name of the sender of the goods. Okay, so we say that consignment means sending the goods by one person to another person, and another person is to sell the goods on behalf of the sender of the goods and at the risk of the sender of the goods. Okay, that is called as consignment. Consignment. Okay. So here are the two persons. One person send the goods. That person is called as principal. And the receiver of the goods is called as agent. Receiver of the goods is called as agent. Okay. So consignment account. What is consignment account? Consignment accounting is a type of business arrangement. It is one type of business arrangement in which one person sends goods to another person. One person sends the goods to another person for sale. One person sends the goods to another person for the purpose of selling those goods on behalf of the sender and at the risk of the sender. On behalf of and the person who sent the goods is called as consignor. Okay. So I will modify a little more. I'll make certain modification in this way on his behalf and okay, this is the meaning of consignment. Consignment is one type of business arrangement. It is one type of business arrangement in which one person sends the goods to another person for sale on behalf and at the risk of the sender. Another person sells the goods on behalf of the sender and at the risk of the sender. Means the another person sell those goods in the name of the seller, in the name of the person who sent those goods. The another person sell those goods in the name of the sender, and whatever risk arises, that risk is relating to sender himself. And another person, the second person duty is to sell those goods and deduct his expenses and commission, and remaining amount is to be paid to the sender of the goods. That is called as consignment. Consignment. So you remember what is consignment. Consignment is one type of business arrangement in which one person sends goods to another person. One person sends the goods to another person for sale on behalf and the risk of the sender. That is called as consignment. And the person who sent the goods is called as consignor. The person who sent the goods is called as consignor. And the person who received the goods is called as consignee. Consignor, consignee. There are two parties in the consignment. There are two parties in the consignment. One is consignor, another is consignee. Consignor, consignee. Consignor and consignee. Okay. Where the consignee sell the goods on behalf of consignor and consideration of certain percentage on sale. For the sale, he takes certain consideration. The consideration is based on percentage on sale. Percentage on sale. That is called as commission. Okay. So one person send the goods to another person. One person means consignor. Consignor send the goods. Means consignor is the owner of the goods. And he is the owner of the goods. He send the goods and consignee sell those goods. Consignee sell those goods in the name of consignor and at the risk of the consignor. At the risk of the consignor. After selling those goods, he deduct his commission and expenses incurred and remaining amount is paid to the consignor. This activity or business arrangement is called consignment. It is called as consignment. Okay. So you remember only one sentence, what is consignment? Consignment is one type of business arrangement in which one person sends the goods to another person for sale on behalf and at the risk of the sender. This is the meaning of consignment. Okay. Now come to the characteristics of consignment. What are the characteristics of consignment? The first characteristic of the consignment is the goods are sent by the consignor to consignee for the purpose of sale. One person sent the goods, another person received the goods. That is, goods are sent. Goods are sent by the consignor to the consignee for the purpose of sale. This is the first feature of consignment. And second feature of consignment is the relation between consignor and consignee is that of principal and agent. What is the relation between consignor and consignee? It is a agent-principal relation. Principal-agent relation. In this case, consignor is the principal, consignee is the agent. Okay. The relation between consignor and consignee is principal and agent. Only difference is they are at different place. They are at different place, not in the same place. This is the point you remember. And third characteristic is consignment is not sale of goods. Consignment means not selling the goods to consignee. Consignment means not a sale of goods to consignee. Consignment means only transfer of goods, only movement of goods. Consignment means it is the process of movement of goods from the consignor to consignee for sale purpose. Sale takes place afterwards. And remember, consignment is not a sale of goods. Consignee sells the goods, no doubt, but that takes place afterwards. In the consignment, it is the movement of goods from consignor to consignee. That is called as consignment. Then fourth feature of consignment is consignee acts as per instruction of the consignor. Consignee acts as per the instructions of the consignor. Means consignee sells goods. Consignee sell the goods according to the instructions given by the consignor. The selling price of the goods, commission, the discount to be given, then what are the expenses he is to incur. All those instructions are given by the consignor to the consignee. Therefore, consignee acts as per the instructions of the consignor. As per the instruction of the consignor. This is the fourth feature. And fifth feature of consignment is consignee has the right to receive commission on the goods sold. Consignee is having the right. Consignee is having the right to receive commission on sale of goods. That is the consideration. Consideration for the sale of goods is commission. That commission consignee receives. Therefore, the consignee is having the right to receive the commission. And next sixth feature is the rightful owner of the goods is the consignor. In the consignment, owner of the goods is consignor. Owner of the goods is consignor. Remember this. Owner of the goods is consignor. Okay. Then the last feature of consignment is consignee is the bailee of the goods. Here bailer and bailee means the consignee takes or take care of the goods, therefore he is the bailee of the goods. And security of the goods is his responsibility. Goods are in the security of the consignee, therefore consignee discharges the duty of bailee. He is the just like security guard of the goods till the sale of goods. Okay, that is called as bailer, bailee. Bailer is means the owner of the property. Bailee is the person who take care of that property. Okay, these are the 7 features of consignment. 7 features of consignment. You remember these features. Then main terms in consignment. What are the terms we use in the consignment? The first term is consignment. What is consignment? I already told. The main term we use in the consignment accounts are, first term is consignment. What is consignment? When goods are sent by consignor to consignee for the purpose of sale, on which he will be entitled to receive commission, it is called as consignment. Consignment means the movement of goods from the consignor to consignee for sale purpose. Then on the sale of goods, consignee has right to receive the commission. In this, goods sent by the consignor to consignee, is called as outward consignment. Outward consignment. Outward consignment. And for consignee, it is inward consignment. Who received those goods? That is the inward consignment. Who sent those goods? For him, it is outward consignment. Inward means comes towards him. Outward means goes out from his station. Out from his station. Therefore, outward consignment, inward consignment. So remember, consignment means one person sends goods to another person for sale on behalf and at the risk of the sender of the goods. This is the consignment. Once again, I explain. This is the first point. And second point, who is a consignor? Who is a consignor? He is a person who sends the goods. He is a person who sends the goods to another person for sale purpose. For sale purpose on his own behalf and at his own risk. It is called as consignor. Consignor is a person who sends the goods to the another person to be sold on his own risk and at his own behalf. Consignor is the first person. Consignor is the first party. He is the person who sends the goods. Second, who is a consignee? Consignee is a person to whom goods are sent. He is a person who receives the goods on consignment. He is a person who receives the goods on consignment, or a person to whom goods are sent on consignment is called consignee. What is his duty? He is to receive the goods, preserve those goods till the sale of goods. The consignee has to receive the goods first, then take steps for preserving those goods or storing those goods, and make efforts for selling those goods. After selling the goods, whatever amount comes, out of that amount, he is to deduct his commission. He is to deduct his commission and whatever expenses incurred, commission and expense incurred. Then remaining balance is paid to the consignor. Remaining balance is paid to the consignor. That is called as consignee. Consignor, consignee. First person is consignor. Second person is consignee. Consignor and consignee. The next important point is commission. What is a commission? Commission is the reward given by the principal to the agent for the services given by the agent. Commission is a reward given by the principal to the agent. It is a reward given by the principal to the agent. And this reward is given to the agent for the services given by the agent. Services given by the agent. So in this consignment, consignee acts as agent. Consignee acts as agent of consignor. Agent of consignor. Because he receives the goods sent by the consignor, then store the goods, thereafter take care of those goods, then makes effort for selling those goods. So he acts as an agent of the consignor. He acts as an agent of the consignor. Therefore, commission is given by the consignor to consignee. Commission is given to consignee, means agent. And the commission is of three types. There are three types of commission. Consignor may give three types of commission. All the three types commission or any one of them or any of them may allow. Okay. So there are three types of commission. First commission is the ordinary commission. What is ordinary commission? Ordinary commission is a commission given to the consignee on selling price of the goods sold, on the basis of goods sold, or it may be fixed amount. It may be fixed amount monthly or periodically, or it is the fixed percentage on selling price of the goods. The fixed percentage on selling price of the goods or fixed amount given to the agent, that is consignee, that commission is called as ordinary commission. Okay. It is a remuneration of the consignee for work done. Whatever efforts put by the consignee, for that effort, consignor gives a fixed amount or a fixed percentage of the sale value. Fixed percentage of sale value at the first stage is called as ordinary commission. Ordinary commission. This is the first point. You remember, ordinary commission is nothing but it is the commission given by consignor to consignee. It is commission given by consignor to consignee at a fixed percentage, on the sale value or a fixed amount based on period is called as ordinary commission. Ordinary commission. This is the first point you remember. ordinary commission. Then second commission is a del creditor commission. What is del creditor commission? It is the extra commission or additional commission. It is the extra or additional commission given by the consignor to consignee whenever the consignee agree to bear the risk of. Whenever the consignee agree to bear the risk of collecting the credit sale amount. Whenever consignee agree to take the responsibility to collect, whenever the consignee take the responsibility of collecting the risk of collecting the debtors, then this amount is given. Okay, and whenever the consignee fails to collect the amount, that loss is to be incurred. Whatever amount is not collected, that is called as bad debt. That bad debt is to be incurred by the consignee. That means in single sentence, I would like to say, whenever the consignee is ready to bear the bad debt, whenever the consignee is ready to bear the bad debt, then the additional commission is given. That commission is called as del creditor commission. Del creditor commission. So del creditor commission is the additional commission given to the consignee whenever consignee agrees to bear the risk of bad debt. Whenever consignee agree to bear the risk of bad debt. Okay. Remember this. This is the second commission, and this commission is mainly based on credit sale. It is mainly based on credit sale. And in case the consignee undertake the responsibility for collecting the debts and to bear the loss of bad debt, or in such a case, he will receive additional commission at a certain rate, that which is called del creditor commission. This is the lengthy one. You don't remember all these things. You remember only one sentence. You remember only one sentence. What is del creditor commission? Del creditor commission is the additional commission given by consignor to consignee. This commission is given mainly for bearing the risk of bad debt. This commission is given to consignee whenever consignee agree to bear the risk of bad debt. And this commission is based on credit sale. These 3 points remember. First point is additional commission given by consignor to consignee. Second point is it is given only when consignee agree to bear the risk of bad debt. Second point. Third is this percentage. This commission is mainly based on credit sale. In some cases, it may be based on total sale. You remember. Okay, according to the given instruction, you have to calculate. According to the given instruction, you calculate the del creditor commission. Okay, del creditor commission you calculate. Clear? So del creditor commission is the second commission, additional commission. First is the ordinary commission based on the total sale. Second is the del creditor commission. It is addition to the ordinary commission. It is additional commission along with the normal. Along with the ordinary commission, extra commission is given for bearing the risk of bad debt. Okay, this is the second type of commission. And next is third, overriding commission. Overriding commission is also extra commission. It is also additional commission given by the consignor to consignee. Given by consignor to consignee. Whenever the consignee sell the goods above the invoice price or above the over and above the invoice price, or whenever the consignee covers the given limit of sales, whenever the consignee covers the given limit of areas, this commission is given. Okay, and in general condition, overriding commission is given for the agent only when agent is able to, agent covers additional market, additional sales, additional revenue. Okay, and in this chapter, you remember overriding commission is given by the consignor to consignee whenever consignee sells the goods more than the invoice price. Whenever consignee sells the goods more than the invoice price, then additional commission is given. That commission is called as overriding commission. Okay. There are three types of commission. First is the ordinary commission based on fixed percentage based on sales or fixed amount. Second is del credit commission. It is based on bad debt. Okay, bad debt. In this case, you remember, if the second commission, bad debt, the del credit commission is given to the consignee, then bad debt will not be recorded in the books of consignor. Remember this. Whenever del credit commission is given to the consignee, bad debt will not be recorded in the books of consignor. If del credit commission is not given, then you record bad debt in the books of consignor. I will take this point whenever I explain certain problem. Okay, these are the three types of commission. Next is pro forma invoice. What is pro forma invoice? I think you studied the invoice. What is invoice? Invoice is a written document. Invoice is a written document explaining the terms and conditions of the goods sold. What is the quantity of goods sold? What is the rate of the goods sold? What is the total price of the goods? What is the discount given? What is the net amount collected? And to whom goods are sold? Okay, invoice explain the details of the goods sold. Invoice is a document. It is a prima facie document which explains the details of the goods sold, the name to whom goods sold, the quantity of goods sold, then the rate at which goods sold, the total amount of the goods sold, in the total amount, whatever deductions made and whatever net amount collected. The detail regarding the goods sold is called as invoice. But in this consignment, in the consignment, goods will not be sold by consignor to consignee. Goods are not sold by the consignor to consignee. Only goods are transferred from the place of consignor to consignee. So, whenever the consignor transfer the goods to consignee, along with the goods, he send the document relating to the goods, the quantity of goods consigned, the rate at which the goods are to be sold, what are the expenses to be incurred, then the nature of the goods and all the details regarding the goods.